Fellow Leo, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So today, dear fellow Leo, I'm going to be doing your reading from March 16 to the 22nd. This will be a general reading, so it may resonate with you and it may not. Now in this reading, dear fellow Leo, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to see what is your main challenge, clarify all the cards, and get some final advice for you. Also, I would like to express my gratitude to every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here, dear fellow Leo. And I also do have some really good news I would like to share in this video. But now, let's focus on to this reading. And I have seen a lot of new Leos also joining onto the channel, so I want to say welcome and thank you so much. I also have a lot of birthday twins, July 28. So I'm saying, but a Leo is a Leo, August or July. So I'm saying, Leo, let's see what's coming up for you, especially during this last Mercury retrograde week, finally. So, Leo, your challenge from March 16 to the 22nd is the Queen of Swords. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Justice, okay, followed by the Death card and the Queen of Wands. Leo, Queen of Swords here is a very, very rigid, distinct, very specific energy. This is about you making a very firm decision, okay? You're either going to have to go this way or you're going to go that way. Queen of Swords here talks about being able to identify and separate your feelings from your logic, okay, from your mind. There is an important decision here that you're going to make. We're going to talk about this decision and we're going to clarify this shortly. In the recent past, Leo, you have the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Swords. It looks like in the recent past, Leo, many of you were involved with somebody that this person was possibly being on and off with you. There was a lot of inconsistency when it came to this person, when it came to this relationship. Some of you also felt like that either this person was slowly pulling away from you or you pulled back from them. There was definitely a separation here. I do see here an important transition happening for many of you. We're going to get back to this and we're going to clarify shortly. In the present moment, you have the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. So in the present moment, for many of you, there is a situation here that's been really overwhelming and you want to basically end that situation. You want to let go of these burdens, okay? Something here has been heavy. A lot of you, there is a new offer that's going to come towards your way. Many of you could be single. A lot of you're tired of being single. You've been by yourself for quite some time. That's not going to last too long, okay? Because it's been very difficult. Ever since you have been in separation with this person from the past, I do see here you carrying certain burden in your heart. Now, open your eyes, okay? Look around and you're going to see a new offer here coming in towards your way. Now, we're going to get back to this and we're going to clarify this and see what is it that you need to know. In the near future, you have the Two of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Tower. In the near future, Leo, you are standing between two choices. It's the old and the new. It's the old and the new. Because something here needs to come to an end. Something here needs to transform and to change. If you're thinking about the old situation, the old person, I'm not here to, call anyone out. I'm saying energies can shift, right? But there is something here about your future and moving forward for the rest of the year. Two of Wands here talks about your future. It talks about also you might be dealing with somebody that comes from a different culture, background. Nonetheless, there is something here about you finally deciding about this confusing situation. Many of you have been confused. Many of you have not been really knowing what to do when it comes to this person. Do you release them? Do you fully release them? Do you wait for them? What is it that needs to finally change in order for you to identify and understand what is the right course of action and what kind of decision is it that you need to make? Because at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming, you have the Justice, Libra energy. You need to be fair and you need to make sure that you're being fairer to yourself, okay? Being fair to somebody who was unfair to you is actually a disrespect to you. And as a Leo, that is a reminder for you from a fellow Leo, okay? So we're going to get into your reading, Leo, and we're going to clarify your challenge, which is the Queen of Swords. So let's clarify the Queen of Swords, Leo, and see what is it that you need to know. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or it could be any other sign as well. And if you haven't met Henry and Michael, this is Henry and this is Michael. And I'm Arman, your funny, sassy, and most favorite Armenian guy. And I'm always gonna serve and I'm always gonna slay. Always. So Leo, your challenge, which is the Queen of Swords, is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. There is a situation here that you are widely and abundantly aware that has come to an end. A lot of you are trying to say, you know what, no, this situation is something that maybe it will be relieved, maybe it's going to happen, maybe when, here is the thing, energies can change. This is for only a specific group of Leos, okay? This situation here ended and you're very aware of that, and you're still contemplating if this person is going to come back and if they're going to apologize. Some of you, maybe they will, but I do see here that what you don't see here is that there is an opportunity coming, there is an opportunity and there is an offer around you that's going to change your life. My intuition is telling me that someone is going to come into your life that's going to really change the trajectory of your life towards the best, not even the better, but towards the best. And it's important for you to notice that. Before I even pull the cards, moving forward in this reading, I haven't even pulled the cards about that yet, right? Like Two of Cups, the Lover, Six of Cups. We're going to talk about this. So there is the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. A lot of you are still waiting for an apology from this person. And I think that there is a need here for you to have some sort of an internal closure about this person and move forward. Because whatever it is that you have been focused on and really it's just been on your mind a lot, this situation has been affecting you. It's been affecting your visibility. It's been affecting you being out there. You could be, as a Leo, into the public's eye as well, okay? You could be very well known. You could be very popular. And I'm not talking about myself. This is not about me. This is about you, Leo, okay? I'm out of those readings. So you have the Eight of Cups. You need to decide if you really want to walk away from this person or not, because this is somebody that you had a very painful ending with, and they have been on and off with you, okay? So there is an apology that you're still anticipating. But let's clarify the recent past with the Two of Pentacles. You were dealing with somebody, like I said earlier, who was being on and off with you, very inconsistent. The Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Strength, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Cups, and the Justice, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, things were very unfair. Whatever happened between you and this person here in the recent past, I think that it really, really hurt you at a very deep level. Okay, and I think that you offered your love, Leo, towards this person. There is the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Strength. You offered your love, you offered your best, you offered all of that you have had within your beautiful heart. Leos are ruled by the heart, and heart carries the highest frequency. So there is something about you taking action, initiating a lot of dates with this person, for this person, a lot of gifts. And this person was still not confirming if they were going to commit to you. This person was still not being consistent when it came to their communication with you, when it came to their appreciation of you. So the Nine of Wands here in the recent past, many of you went back to this person, or there was an opportunity here to still work something out between you and them. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles, and the Magician, okay? And then you have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. Maybe you were dealing with the Virgo, Magician, Mercury energy. So there is something here about communication, miscommunication, someone here holding something back or hiding something from you. A lot of you tried to, you know what I'm getting, Leo? Let me tell you something. You tried to go back to somebody from the past that you knew this person very well. You knew they had abandonment wounds. You knew this person was avoidant. You knew this person was hiding things from you. They were holding things back from you. Maybe also this person financially was not at their best either. And you still try to give this person a chance. Now, Six of Swords, what do you see? People on a body of water, on a boat, moving forward. So a lot of you started disconnecting from this person. Maybe you started also feeling that emotionally it was very difficult for you. But I do see here a physical disconnection from this person. Six of Swords is clarified by the Fool, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords. Okay, so for many of you, again, it was very difficult. You tried to move on from someone that you tried to have a brand new beginning with. And it could have happened in a very short amount of time. You tried your best, you did your best, you try to really put into the efforts to work this situation out. I do see here with the Three of Pentacles, you were wanting to cooperate with this person. You wanted to put all the efforts, and I think that you did your best that you could, but you ended up getting hurt again by this person, because I do see here that for whatever reason, the Fool, looking into the past from this perspective, you dealt with somebody who either went to another person from their past, or this person had a certain tendency that they started, like, they had certain coping mechanisms. The coping mechanisms could be toxicity, could be drinking, smoking, something that was super toxic in the recent past. And I do see here that for many of you, you were like done with this situation, okay? You already were hurt. Now, in the present moment, you have the Ten of Wands. And this is telling me, Leo, that you are tired. You are tired of kind of either waiting or trying to force anything. And yes, you have been single for some time. Okay, there is going to be an opportunity here that's going to come towards your way. But let's clarify the Ten of Wands. There is something here about you, Leo, finally wanting to release the weight and the heaviness of this situation from the past. Okay, now the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. What you want, Leo, is marriage. What you want is commitment. What you want is to be with somebody that there is no fights. Four of Wands, Five of Wands, okay, and the Lovers. You don't want to fight for love, actually. You want to attract love that is actually going to be in the same frequency for you. Trying to fight for someone's attention. Five of Wands, the Lovers. Trying to fight for someone's attention. Trying to beg for somebody to come towards you and try to make something work. And then you are sabotaging yourself, and you're selling yourself short, and you're spreading yourself thin. Hopefully you're not spreading your legs. It's not the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? So for many of you, what you are deciding and what you are realizing that, you know what, enough of waiting with the Two of Wands. I need to give myself the permission to move forward fully. Six of Swords here, right, is the same as the Six of Swords in the recent past. And you had to move on from this person. And sometimes some of you are needing to do, like, you might have already done a cutting, what is it called? Cord cutting ritual. You might need to do it again. You might need to do it in a way that you are finally, your body finally feels fully safe, and you've released this person. And release this person in love. If you're releasing somebody, Leo, release them in love. You need to have that proper closure within you. You don't need to carry any kind of low vibrational frequency in your body in regards to this person from the past. I do see here in the present moment doing all your best to move forward with no baggage, with no luggage, okay? And this is why there is an opportunity here that's going to come towards your way. So let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. For those of you wondering what this is, because I know a lot of people are going to look at this and they're going to wonder, what is this, Arman? This is a Moldavite with diamond, okay? You can look up what Moldavite is. I've been working with Moldavite for more than a year already. And it's not a crystal, it's a tektite, kryptonite. It's a tektite. It's a very powerful tektite, okay? Now, and the diamond is to amplify that. That's Herkimer diamond. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, Leo, in the present moment is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Lovers. There is love coming towards your way. A lot of you are becoming super clear. I'm getting chills right now. Okay, look, there is new beginning coming in. And the reason why this new beginning is going to happen for you is because you're going to become extremely clear with the Queen of Swords energy that she's pointed at the Ten of Swords. It's like, look, this pain is there in front of me. And then there is the Lovers here, right there. This is the situation. This is you realizing that if you take it out, you might as well come across to somebody who is actually going to be a person of clear communication, a person that doesn't play games, a person that's going to honor you and that's going to love you. That's what I'm strongly getting here, okay? And then there is the Three of Cups. You could meet this person when you are either hanging out somewhere or when you are going outside. There is something here about you putting yourself more out there. So I'm seeing here you meeting this person in the middle of a new group. And I know, right now, in this very exact moment, I have all of my beautiful Leos watching me. Group of Leos want to be back with the person from the past. And then another group of Leos want to be with the new person. This is the energy that I'm getting. And this is a story that I'm feeling is coming up. A lot of you need to let go of somebody and cut that toxic tie in order for you to attract this person. If your story is going to end up being with the old person, then maybe this reading is not for you, okay? I'm not going to force anything. I'm not going to over-explain myself. why the readings are being the way that they're being done. Your job and your part here is, if you're connecting and if you're learning something very specific within the reading, because I always share something very specific, then you're going to be successful in anything that you do. Okay, so it's important for you to have an open mind. This is not a one-on-one personal reading. This is a general reading. So, Leo, the Nine of Cups is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Two of Cups. You're not going to stay single. Let me tell you something. You are not going to stay single. This is you have been staying single. You've been focused on yourself. You've been doing all the things that you need to do. Like, you're starting to really appreciate yourself more and focus on your own happiness. As soon as you start traveling, putting yourself out there with the Chariot, engaging with people, there is a soulmate, there is a lover that's going to come into your life. This is a soulmate, okay? Could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Traveling the world. You're going to travel somewhere very soon, and you're going to meet this person, or you're going to start traveling with this person. And it's going to feel like this person is like a past lover. There is a very strong connection here with this person here. And I do also see here possibly for some of you like cultural differences between you and this person. Someone who maybe speaks more than one language or so. But with the Chariot, I do see here you moving forward. What does the Chariot mean? The Chariot, Leo, means leaving the past in the behind, okay, behind you, and moving forward. Charging forward with full confidence, like the Chariot is leaving the city behind them. And sometimes in order for you to do that, you need to get a paper and a pen and be very clear and write it down. Write your next 3 months down. Write your 90-day goals down. What do you want to do? The next 3 months, Leo, it's going to pass. It's going to go away. It's going to pass anyways. So you might as well set an intention to change your life around. And my hands are actually getting heated right now because this is a very passionate energy that I'm really feeling. And you're Lam quadruple Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury. But this is about you, Leo, being very distinct and very focused for what you want to create for yourself. A lot of you expressed gratitude for me sharing some part of my story, like how I changed my life around after like a certain heartbreak and a breakup. You know, I went through the dark night of the soul. I had to face my own fears. Nobody's gonna save you. Nobody. Capital letters. Nobody's gonna save you. Nobody's gonna save me. And I know that you know that, especially as a Leo. Henry and Michael can confirm that. But this is about you, Leo. Okay, and I'm speaking like this because I'm very Armenian. This is about you, my dear, beautiful fellow, handsome, gorgeous fellow Leo. You knowing your worth and your value. You create your own reality. And yes, you've been single. Yes, you have been. But you know, if you exist, your person exists too. Okay? If you exist, they exist too. And I know that a lot of times, a lot of people, majority of the tarot, focus on the past person. I do. What I do see here is showing up properly. And I honor the readings and the cards and my gifts for me to deliver the messages that the viewer needs to hear. This is not going to resonate with every single Leo, so you'll know already. But this is about a new person here. You're going to travel. There is something about international. The Two of Wands, Leo, in the near future. It's clarified by the Temperance, the Two of Swords, and the Five of Cups. In the near future, a lot of you are going to completely heal this within you. I do see here you creating peace. I do see here you getting over the fact that you no longer need to be entangled to that frequency, to that vibration. This is a double confirmation because at the tail of this Mercury retrograde, the very end, Mercury retrograde ends on March 20th, and then there is another 1 week, or maybe 2 weeks, but a week, let's say, for it to kind of really come into its full direct position. That means that you could have this temptation to really kind of question, am I doing the right thing? Am I really doing the right thing by meeting somebody new or giving another person or new person a chance? You are. Okay, so just you need to be very deliberate about your energy, your body, who you share with, who you surround yourself with. The Tower, Leo. What no longer serves you, what no longer shouldn't stay, or who no longer shouldn't stay in your life, it's being removed. So let's clarify the Tower for you in the near future. So the Tower is clarified by the Tower, the Star, and the Seven of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now, you could be dealing with an Aquarius also. Okay, I hope it's not really an ungrateful Aquarius. But for many of you in the near future, I do see here a situation coming down. Now, let me tell you something. Okay, let's remove the sign aspect of this. The Tower, it's an ending. And then what is this star pouring? It has water, right? The water that's being poured into this fiery looks like there is calamity that's happening. And then there is the Seven of Cups. There is an important shift here that's going to happen in your life. I think you don't need to really worry about it. There is going to be, whatever this situation is coming to an end, there is a big solution. You're going to find the solution for yourself. There will be opportunities here. Seven of Cups is here again, okay, which I'm going to clarify. Multiple opportunities being presented in front of you, Leo, and a lot of choices, okay? A lot of choices. There is love coming in towards your way, and you will question if this is the one. You will question if you still are making the right choice, okay? Because you have that loyal connection to whoever you were with in the past. Now, the Seven of Cups, Leo, is clarified by the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Cups, and then you have the Ace of Swords. One of the ways that you're going to know that this is your person is this person wants to settle down. This person is going to offer you a long-term commitment with the Ten of Pentacles. This is about a long-term relationship. So Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. One of the things that I do see here, you finally really accepting within yourself, this is about acceptance, is that if you were dealing with, which I feel like you were dealing with somebody, the person you were dealing with in the past was emotionally unavailable, and you're going to choose to walk away from that kind of a situation because you're not here to beg for someone to give you love and to show you love and play games. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? So this will become very clear for you when this person comes into your life. You have the High Priestess, you have the Magician here, Ace of Swords, and Ten of Pentacles. Because a lot of you are setting an intention to manifest a soulmate, somebody here that's going to truly give you the life that you want, and someone here who is going to be your ride or die type of person. Okay, so there is a lot of clarity coming in for you towards your way. Why is this happening? It's happening because at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is the Justice, the Death, okay, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Strength eventually. You know what I'm saying? This is about you really realizing and differentiating. If you were dealing with the karmic, somebody that was pulling you down, dragging you down, that's not your person. A lot of you are attracting this person who is going to actually show you what emotional maturity and emotional support means. And you need to remember that with the Justice here, this means that you are being fair to yourself. Your challenge is the Queen of Swords. You got to cut something out, either this way or that way. So let's get into your advice, Leo. And we're going to see what is it that you need to know, dear fellow Leo. Leo, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress, and your advice here is the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the King of Wands, and you are the King of Wands. So your biggest piece of advice here, Leo, is remember, you have the choice and the power in your hand. It's one decision that you can decide to either give a chance here to somebody with the Seven of Swords who was not honest with you and find yourself into the same loop, especially if they haven't changed. Or you need to be very aware that if somebody was being dishonest, if someone here was hiding something from you, playing games, making you wait, making you back, that is not your person. You need to move away from that kind of situation. King of Wands. Okay, King of Wands doesn't deal with people, friends, people, romantic, whatever, who have secret hidden agendas and who are playing games with them. So use your discernment, be very wise. Because with the Page of Pentacles, someone here could actually come towards your way and make you and bring you a solid offer, and you need to open to that. And you need to release the toxicity, you need to release somebody in love, you need to release whoever this person was that was toxic towards you and who was hiding things from you and playing games and was being dishonest, okay? So dear fellow Leo, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in here. I hope this reading helped, and finally I want to say thank you so much. A lot of you have been here with me for quite some time. You already know who I am and how I function into these readings. New Leos, you're more than welcome to ask around and find out, but basically the good message that I wanted to share is I'm really I think I pretty much made up my mind about it, you know what I'm saying, considering of signing up for the Ironman 2027, Ironman 70.3, so that's like a half Ironman, not the full one yet, but that's something that I'm going to be committing myself to, so that means that more dedication towards that, towards my fitness life and going full force into it. This is also an example here as a fellow Leo. Remember, 2026 is going to be the absolute best year for Leos. Okay, Jupiter especially moving in the sign of Leo. More abundance, more financial success, more visibility. You need to create a goal here for yourself, Leo, to go after that goal. I'm gonna be doing tarot as long as I want, and I'm still gonna be here. Okay, I'm gonna hold your hand and we're gonna walk into this journey. Week by week, day by day, month by month. This is my main thing, and I'm also creating another purpose. Do you see what I'm doing, Leo? Getting the 100,000 YouTube play button, that was easy. So I'm saying, okay, I set an intention, I visualized it, I felt it, I put in the hard work, it manifested. I always strive as a Leo, and I know that you have the same mindset too, to create something else for me. What's next? What else can I create? What kind of a legacy can I leave behind me? It's giving Arnold Schwarzenegger type of a vibe, you know what I'm saying? Because he was also a Leo. July 31st came from Austria to here. Very similar story to mine. So that's what I'm going into, and I'm unapologetic about it. So I'm saying, because especially as a quadruple Leo, as a Leo, I'm gonna go after everything that I desire. And I'm gonna set an example for everybody else. You are not tied up to one person, one situation. You have the power to change your life right now. So, dear fellow Leo, this is what I had for you. Thank you very much for being here. Make sure to hit that like button. I will see you in the comment sections, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Love you. Bye.